Yeah, John Hunter, obviously back at Daytona. I mean, just what are your memories of this place growing up, coming here a lot, I guess, as a kid with your dad?
Yeah, not a lot of racing memories, I would say. Obviously in the Xfinity Series, or the O'Reilly Series now, with my dad winning poles, winning a race here. And ultimately, my memories as a kid were on the playground in the motorhome lot, ripping scooters around, racing, having our own races, playing basketball, just being here at the facility. Such a unique racetrack, somewhere that I love to come to, and we used to come down here for almost a week and a half at a time when it was full speed weeks and the Clash was here and everything else. So pretty neat to grow up here.
At what point did you start to care more about the racing and watching what was going on, and who were the guys that you were rooting for back then?
Yeah, I would say that I really started caring about the racing as I got older. I feel probably 10, 11, 12, somewhere in there is when I really started to really hone in and pay attention to what was going on. That was about the time that I swapped back over to stock cars from motocross, and favorite drivers were Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch, my dad, Tony Stewart back then. There's a lot of greats.
And what do you think you'd have thought back then if you knew you'd be racing against them in the 500, or a couple of them, at least one of them as your owner?
Yeah, I mean, that was the ultimate goal from a child. You wanted to have the goals and ambitions of being in the Cup Series and to be able to win races at the top level and become a Cup champion one day. And it's pretty neat to be able to race against all the guys that I have through my career in the Truck Series and the O'Reilly Series and now in the Cup Series. And to have him as a team owner, life has definitely come full circle. I mean, he tells stories about remembering when I was a child and running around and things of that sort, and diapers, and he remembers us racing scooters around and things of that sort. So pretty cool memories.
And you've had a pretty cool week as well. Talk to me about it. You were on the lake with Travis Pastrana, you were up on the Thunderbirds. Yeah, it looks like you've been having some fun so far.
Yeah, we got to go out on Lake Lloyd, and Regal brought us a boat for us to be able to go out and surf. And I saw Travis walking through the driver owner lot, and I texted him. I was like, hey, you want to go surf with us? And he skipped out on a couple things and came over and went surfing with us. So really cool experience there. I think that's the first time that surfing has ever been done in Lake Lloyd. So hopefully we get to do it again, but thank you to Daytona and Frank Keller and everyone for putting that together. And then we got to go ride with the Thunderbirds as well. Man, what a unique experience. Pulling 9.5 Gs, getting my 9G pin, getting to fly the plane a little bit, being able to do some maneuvers and dogfight and everything else was super, super cool. I didn't get sick and I didn't pass out, so we'll check those two things off.
What did that feel like, especially compared to driving 200 mile an hour around here in a car instead?
It's insane. We actually did a lap around the speedway yesterday in the plane, and that's the fastest lap I'll ever take around Daytona, that is for sure. But one of the most amazing experiences I've been able to be a part of, and truly one that hopefully I can do it again at some point. But the first time going up, man, it's unbelievable. The G's that you pull, how they're able to maneuver the aircraft, how they fly in formation for the flyover, how close they actually are in the air, and the pilots are definitely talented, that is for sure.
And I spent some time with you last year. You were obviously hoping that last year was going to be a bit of a step forward. It definitely was that. Just 12 months on, how do you sort of look at the situation going into the season and where you're at as a driver and a team?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I have the same core group that I had last year, which is nice. Not having to learn new communication and new bodies and things of that sort, and kind of trying to learn what each other are talking about on the radio or how I'm describing the race car, and taking all those notes that we've been able to compile and really add them up. I feel really good about the position that we're in. I feel really good about us continuing to take a step forward. I'm excited for the 2026 season. I feel like we had some really good runs towards the end of last year. We figured some things out and made some more changes over the off season. And really excited to see those changes play out, and the results show that.
I know you tried quite hard last year to sort of take what you're given, like stay out of trouble, which you sort of did a really good job of. I wonder, is that the sort of thing where kind of like you almost need to double down and sort of not be complacent and like not let yourself sort of slip into old habits a little bit type thing?
Yeah, yes and no. I still don't want to overstep what I'm given at the time. Definitely want to put myself in the right places and choose the right decisions for what is going on. So we'll see how this year goes. I'm excited for it, and I'm gonna go out and, as Jimmy says, just be yourself and go see how we can perform on the racetrack.
Do you feel like you're getting closer to potentially getting to victory lane, and what would that mean if you can manage to achieve that?
Yeah, I definitely feel like we're getting closer. We've been able to prepare some really good Toyota Camrys towards the end of last season, had some really good speed, came close a couple times, and who knows, might happen here at the 500. We've had a really good speed week so far, and feel really good about our Dollar Tree Toyota Camry down here, the speed that it has, how it drafts. So fine tune it today in practice and see how it goes on Sunday.
And obviously there's a lot of drivers this year sort of out of contracts, and just in terms of like that movement in the driver market, like how do you sort of deal with that as a driver, and how do you think that'll sort of manifest itself out on the track in terms of there being so many guys that are sort of racing for their jobs next year?
Yeah, I think for me it's just focusing on the present in front of us, and not really worrying about that. There's a plan, and we don't know exactly what that may be, but we gotta just push forward every single week and focus on what we can do and go out and perform.
And I just wonder mentally, like, how do you sort of not motivate yourself, but are you the sort of person that goes in there being like really confident, as in like, you know I belong here? Are you the sort of person that needs to kind of feel like you've got a point to prove to like get the best out yourself? Like, what's the sort of how do you sort of describe yourself?
I feel like over the past couple of years I feel like I've had points to prove, but at this point I mean, I still feel like I have points to prove as far as winning and running up front consistently, but at the same time I mean, I feel like I belong here. I've been in the sport for quite a while and feel really good about the spot that I'm in. We just got to continue to build this club, Legacy Motor Club, and hopefully we can go achieve some greatness.